Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be doing a Q&A answering your questions, mostly about getting my P's, and then there are a few other questions as well, just about, you know, life, being in year 12 and my plans for the future. So I hope you guys find this helpful, especially if you're kind of in that age between going from your L's to P's, or you're even just getting your license. I've had an interesting experience with driving because, yeah, I wasn't super keen on getting my license, but yeah, I hope this can like help comfort you guys and also just hear a little bit into my story about getting my P's and what it's like having your license and being able to drive yourself around, what it's like being a year 12 student. Okay, first question is, how scary was it when you first started driving? When I first got my L's, I was petrified. I don't know why, but I went in mum's manual. It freaked me out because I couldn't start it, and then when it did, like, I just didn't really expect it to take off like that fast, and I just had no control over it, so I was petrified. I filmed a video, I'll link it below if you want to see. But yeah, I started crying. I got comfortable in automatic, and then I took a break for like 4 months because I was just scared and I didn't enjoy it. And so my birthday was in January and I just got my P's, and so the first time driving by myself, I actually wasn't scared at all because of the amount of practice that I did and the amount of lessons. I did so many lessons. It was ridiculous, but I had to. I wasn't scared at all. Like, I was just kind of excited and just like, hurry up, like, let's just get on the road. But yeah, I totally understand if you're scared when you first start driving, because I was like scared times by 1,000. But with practice, you get so much more comfortable having an instructor and just like knowing the rules and just getting practice in being spatially aware and knowing how to handle traffic and like all these dangerous situations. But trust me, you'll get there. Next one was, were you nervous to get your P's? Well, I was petrified for the test and the lessons leading up to it, because I had 2 lessons before my test. I had 1 bad lesson. Just because I had like a really stressful bad morning and I just couldn't focus, and then it was kind of like, well, if I didn't do well in this next lesson, I'm not going to get my P's because I'm not going to be able to do the test. So that was stressful, but then I just was like, Parish, you need to pull your head in, just do what you know you need to do. So that was fine. With the test, I did it all within 1 lesson. I had to restart it though because I had a bit of an incident where I was driving in a back street and I was like heaps nervous. And then there was like cars on either side of the road parked, and then there was a car coming like towards me, but they didn't have their signal on, and so I just kind of like waited behind a parked car for them to go so I could like give way. But then I was failed because I didn't indicate, saying that I was like giving way. I don't know, it was a little bit of a mess and confusing, but anyway, I started again and passed, so that's all that matters. So we live and we move on. After that test was done, like, my nerves just kind of went away. And yeah, but the test is not hard, like if you know what you need to do. I did the logbook. You can either do VAW or logbook. It's just like going around some roundabouts, doing left turns or right turns, like going and turning in traffic lights, all that stuff. Pretty simple things that you need to know how to do. Like, yes, I was nervous, but you don't need to be heaps nervous for it, because you just got to be focused and just do what you know how to do. Alright, so next one's kind of similar. Is, how hard was your driving test? Tell us all about it if that's okay. So that question kind of covered most of it, but yeah, wasn't too hard. The lessons were harder than the test. Okay, next is kind of a switch, and it's, why didn't you like your cafe job? I did not like the cafe job because I was treated very rudely. I was working as hard as I could and as fast as I could, but some of the other staff members there felt it was appropriate to like gossip about me like in front of my face and then just say comments that just weren't necessary. And I was like, I'm 15, I don't need to be under this stress. I'd rather be at a job where I'm enjoying it and, you know, not being like in such a toxic working environment. I don't enjoy being sweared at, being gossiped about, or I don't know, it just was not my scene, and I did not enjoy what the job had to offer. So it was not for me. Great experience. At least I got a taste in the hospitality industry, and I learned that it just wasn't for me. Right, how do you deal with schoolwork and YouTube at the same time? As you guys would know, I reduced my videos to 1 day a week because it was becoming really hard to produce like meaningful, good quality videos twice or 3 times a week. Like, it just was so unrealistic. And also, since like I met Luca and I've like been out more, I've got some nice like good friends, I've had a lot more things to do outside of school and YouTube. So it's kind of like having this 3-way balance between homework and stuff. But it's been pretty easy because I do so much work at school and I have so many free, so most of it's done at school. I'll have 1 or 2 nights a week to myself where I do filming and homework and editing, and then the rest I have a social life and yeah, just get out there and have fun. How long do you plan on doing YouTube for? Well, I don't really have like an end day. I would love to do it as long as I can, like up to the point where I have a family. I don't know, I kind of just got to see what happens, but I'm not hitting YouTube anytime soon. Just want to see where it takes me, and I love making videos. Yeah, it's definitely something that I want to keep pursuing. And like, I'm so grateful for everything that I've worked for and that I've achieved through YouTube, and I'm only 17, so I'm just excited to see where this could go in the future. But yeah, I'm so grateful for everyone that's been like following my channel, even if it's been for a day, 10 minutes, or like the 2 years that I've been, you know, actively posting. Like, I'm so grateful, and like I never overlook anything, not a comment or like or whatever. I'm really grateful for it all. Do you think you and Luca will get married and have kids? I definitely do. Of course, not anytime soon. Later on in the future. Yeah, I wouldn't be with him if I didn't think I could see myself having a future with him. Like, yes, I'm only young, but like I've never had a relationship like this before, and I feel really happy and comfortable in this relationship, and I just know that like whatever happens, we'll work through anything. Like, I want to be with him forever, so I'm not gonna give up if anything, you know, goes wrong or whatever. Bit of a different question. Are you going to the Harry Styles concert? I'm so jealous. Well, I hope so. I've still got my tickets, they're still valid, but it's just been postponed until I've got no idea when. I don't know when it's gonna be. I don't need to wait too long, but you know, it's worth the wait because I don't want to be like caged off in a tiny little section away from the stage, and you just don't kind of get that fun concert experience. Because I splurged the money on the VIP front stage tickets, so I'd like to use them. It was quite stressful getting them. Next one is, are you going to uni? I am not sure yet. Possibly. I don't know. I might study nutrition, but I don't know. I know for certain that I'm going to be studying travel agency because I want to work in the travel industry somewhere. I don't know about nutrition because I like learning about it and I do eat healthy, but I do not want to be a clinical nutritionist sitting in an office telling people what to eat. Like, no, I would hate that. The only thing I'd really use it for is making like recipe ebooks and whatever. But again, you don't need to be a nutritionist to make a recipe book. You're not giving people meal plans. I'm not too sure yet about uni. Like, I know it's a good thing to have, but like in today's society, it isn't the end of the world if you don't go to uni. You can be successful doing so many different things. Most stressful and most rewarding things in your life right now. Most stressful, I don't know. This past week has had so many stressful things, like my bad driving lesson, my driving test, hazard perception test. All that stuff has been very stressful, so I'm kind of like relaxing from that now. I'm kind of like on a high. The most rewarding thing, I suppose, would be getting my P's. Oh yeah, that is pretty much what my week has consisted of. Getting my P's has been the most stressful but rewarding things. But also I've got to look for a car because I haven't got one yet. I'm just using my dad's, and that's kind of stressful because I can't really find anything that's in the budget. Yeah, but it's kind of exciting, kind of stressful. Alright, what are your career goals? Well, my career goals would be to have a job where I can travel the world and make videos and help people. I want to release my own products of some sort. I would love to have my own app one day, but I suppose we just got to see what happens. And yeah, I just kind of want to be a good role model for people. Yeah, I kind of just want to see what happens, especially with this year and what specific direction I'm going to go in. But I know it's the sort of general area that I want. Alright, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'll be 22, so I'm going to say hopefully I've moved out of home by then. like in my first house, probably renting. I want to be finished studying. If I end up going to uni, I want to be done with it. To have a stable job and to be happy, to have a good circle of friends and be like healthy and still with Luca. And last question is, what's it really like being in year 12? Well, in all honesty, it's probably been one of my favorite years because I've really gotten to know people in a different way. Like people who I never thought I'd be friends with, I have become friends with. Like it's just so much more chill. Yes, the workload is more like stressful kind of, but not really. If you use your time well, like you'll be fine. Like I haven't had heaps of homework, and it's also really exciting because you have things to plan, like formal, like your last sports day, all these like year 12 events which you only get to do once. So yeah, that's all like awesome fun things that you get to look forward to. And yeah, I've tried to be as involved as I can this year because I'm community captain, I'm part of the formal committee, I'm part of PSV, which is like student voice thing. Like I'm doing soccer when that starts in winter. And yeah, I'm doing a range of things. Oh, and I'm also doing the musical. Like the social side of it has been up and down. Like I've had rough moments, good moments, but at the end of the day, I'm there for myself to get a good ATAR if I need it or not, I don't know. Yeah, and make the most of my last year at school. So they are all of the questions. I hope you guys found this video interesting. If you have any more video requests for me to do these holidays, please comment below. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe, all of that jazz, and I'll see you all in my next video.